A lot of the time when we think about transforming from the inside out, we have the whole thing backwards. We like to have, do, be. We think, okay, once I have this stuff, I can do these things and then I'll be this person. But really, in order to transform from the inside out, you start off focusing on becoming that person, doing the things that that person does, and then as a result, having the things that that person would have. Hey girl, welcome back to my channel. My name is Trinity. If you're new here, first off, happy New Year. We're finally in 2024. I'm so excited for what this year is going to bring for me, for you, for all of us. I wanted to start off the new year with a very appropriate topic. So today we're going to be talking about how to actually achieve your 2024 goals and how to actually become the person that you want to be this year. A lot can happen in a year, whether you believe it or not. Your whole life can change this year. You just have to be willing to put the work in and actually put a plan into place. But we're going to talk about all that in this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and let's get right into it. Now, because we're already in the new year, I hope all of y'all have already created your vision boards and wrote out your goals and your intentions for 2024, but I'm almost certain that you did not do this step before you did that. So let's rewind a little bit. Let's put your vision board and your list to the side, because this is the one thing that you need to do before you even get into setting your goals and your intentions. I know what you're thinking. No, it's not too late, but this step is very important. The first step to actually making sure you accomplish your 2024 goals is getting rid of your limiting beliefs. A limiting belief is a state of mind or belief about yourself that restricts you in some type of way. So it can be anything from, I can't have that type of partner. The type of man I want doesn't exist. I'll never get married. I'll never make that amount of money. I'll never have the career that I want. I don't deserve this type of lifestyle. I can't have this. I can't have that. There's not enough of this. These are all limiting beliefs. And these are all of the thoughts and the beliefs that have stopped you in the past from achieving all of the things that you say that you want to achieve. So I want you to take out a piece of paper and a pen, and I want you to write out all of the limiting beliefs that you can come up with that you have been subconsciously thinking for the last, I don't even know how long. Maybe your whole life. Write out the limiting beliefs that you have concerning money. Write out the limiting beliefs that you have concerning relationships. You'd be surprised how many negative thoughts have been floating around in your brain, stopping you from accomplishing all of your goals. Now, like I said, a lot of y'all probably already have a vision board or a list of goals and intentions for the new year. If you already have that, you can even pull that out right now, take a look at it, and write down every limiting belief that comes to mind when you look at those things. I think it's important to address all those negative thoughts before you even start setting your goals, because then you're able to think bigger and get a little out of your comfort zone when you start writing down your goals. But like I said, if you already have some goals written down or on your vision board, when you look at those things, if they're big enough, those limiting beliefs will start creeping in real fast. So whatever comes to mind when you look at that vision board, write that stuff down. Whenever I sat down to make a vision board or write down my goals, I always had this issue. As I was writing, or as I was even just thinking, like before I even got to put the pen to the paper, as soon as something popped up into my mind, a limiting belief will come right after and be like, but can you really accomplish that this year? What's the point of writing this down if you're not going to be able to do it this year? That's a short amount of time. You can't do it in that amount of time. You might accomplish this in the next 5 years maybe, so there's no point in you putting it on this vision board for 2024. Those are the type of thoughts that I would immediately think, but I had to train my brain to always have a rebuttal to those negative thoughts. Even if I really didn't think I could accomplish it in that year, I still wrote those things down, because maybe I won't get to that destination, but at least I'll be on the journey. I'll put myself on the path. I'd rather be on my way than to not be on the path at all. So now that you have addressed all the limiting beliefs that have been holding you back and making you live a very mediocre life, it's time to actually write out what you want. If you already have a vision board or goals and intentions list, this is the part where you'll tweak it a little bit. But if you don't have any of that yet, that's perfectly fine. We're about to do it right now. Some people like to do vision boards, some people like to do goals and intentions lists without actually seeing pictures of the things that they want. But I actually like to do both. I like to start with the list, and then I'll find the pictures and make the vision board. Because y'all know I like to write everything down. So we're going to start off by writing out a detailed description of the life that we want and who we want to be. You have to do both, because you can acquire a whole lot of things, but if you're not detailed about the type of person that you want to be, you might leave some stuff out. Be very, very detailed. I know a lot of people like to fill up their vision board with a whole bunch of material things, but sometimes you got to work on the character traits and the personality traits, which is why I say you need to be very detailed about the person that you actually want to be. A lot of the time when we think about transforming from the inside out, we have the whole thing backwards. We like to have, do, be. We think, okay, once I have this stuff, I can do these things, and then I'll be this person. But really, in order to transform from the inside out, you start off focusing on becoming that person, doing the things that that person does, and then as a result, having the things that that person would have. And once again, this is why I say focus on who you actually want to become. If you already have the things on your vision board or your list, think about yourself as the person who already has those things. How can you become that person? What type of mindset do you need to have? How do you need to act? How do you need to speak? Who do you need to hang around? What does that person do? Actually embody that person. Become that person. Do the things that that person would do, and then you'll eventually have those things. You don't always have to start out with the things. If you're not new here, then you know that I always talk about the compound effect, which is basically doing a bunch of small things that might seem insignificant in order to reach a goal, because it's kind of impossible to go straight from A to Z. You have to take small steps along the way. I used to get very overwhelmed by my goals because I would just look at the big picture, and I would feel like I wasn't accomplishing anything if I wasn't at the destination. But sometimes you gotta break those bigger goals down into smaller ones in order to feel like you're actually accomplishing something and to actually work your way there. If you're always looking at the bigger picture, you'll get overwhelmed, you'll talk yourself out of it because it'll just seem like so much work, it'll seem out of reach. And if one of your goals is to have a certain thing, a part of breaking that down is figuring out, who do I need to be in order to have that? What do I need to do in order to have that? And then you'll have that thing. I hope that's not too confusing. So like I said, be very detailed about the person that you want to be, and then write out all the goals that you have for the year. What do you actually want to accomplish? And like I said, even if you really don't truly believe that you can accomplish that within a year, still write it down, because it's better to get on the path than to not be on your way there at all. Last year on my 2023 vision board, I had the YouTube plaque for 100,000 subscribers. Did I really think I was going to reach 100,000 subscribers in 2023? Not necessarily, but I didn't want to aim low. I didn't want to just aim for 1,000 subscribers. I didn't want to aim for 20,000 subscribers. I wanted to aim high, but at least if I didn't make it to 100, because I was aiming for that, I would go way past what I thought I could reach. And here I am, ending the year with 43,000 subscribers. I mean, it might be more by the time y'all see this. I don't know. But as of today, I have a little over 43,000. And now for my 2024 vision board, that same plaque is on there. There were a few things that I carried from my 2023 vision board and put it on my 2024 one. And I didn't feel bad about it, because those were things that I was actively working toward in 2023. I just didn't actually reach the destination, but I was on the path. And I actually feel really good about the fact that I have carried things from last year, because it shows that I have been consistently working toward the same things. Now that I'm closer to those goals than I was when I was making my 2023 vision board, I just feel like, well, I'm gonna knock this out in no time. I actually feel like my 2024 vision board is the best one that I've created so far, because I've already started working on everything that's on the board. I feel like in the past I've made vision boards and didn't really believe that I was going to achieve those things, partly because of my limiting beliefs, and then also because I was not already working toward those things. And because I've already been working toward these things, it's so much easier for me to see myself when I look at the vision board. Like, I see myself in that. I see myself having these things and doing these things and being this way, because I'm already actively becoming the person who has those things and does those things. So now that your vision board is done and you have all of your goals and intentions set, it's time to come up with a plan to actually execute and achieve those things. I say this all the time, but if you do not have a plan in place for how you're going to accomplish your goals, you will not accomplish them. Having goals is nice, wanting things is nice, but how are you actually going to get there? Who do you need to become to do certain things and have certain things? If you don't have all that planned out, the likelihood of you actually accomplishing those goals is very low. In my video on how to make 2024 your financial glow up year, I basically gave a lot of different tips and tricks for how to accomplish different financial goals in the new year. One of my goals is to become debt free, as you can see on my vision board. I don't have a whole lot of debt, but I got some, and I just feel like I'm tired of it hanging over my head. So I just want to get rid of it, and I want to become more financially literate and just make more wise financial decisions. In that video, I talked about how I've had the goal to pay off my credit card for the longest time, but I did not have a plan until recently, because I didn't realize how important a plan was. I talked about how I would randomly throw $200, $300, $400 at my credit card debt, keyword randomly, and nothing was really happening to that balance. But that's because I was throwing the money at it randomly. I didn't have no type of plan, no consistent schedule. So I was still accumulating a lot of interest and fees. So I did a little bit of research on the snowball method, and I found a system that worked for me for actually getting rid of my debt. Not even just my credit card debt, but all of the other debt that I had. I came up with a whole plan for how I was gonna pay off all of those balances. I figured out how much I was gonna be paying toward each one per month. I figured out exactly how long it would take me to get those balances all the way down. And I figured out where I needed to take money from in order to make sure I accomplished that goal. I had to cut some things out. I had to move some stuff around. I had to make a lot of adjustments just to make sure I accomplished that goal. That's why you need a plan, because sometimes there's a whole lot of other stuff outside of that goal that you need to worry about in order to make sure you can actually tackle that. Actually make sure you're writing this plan down though. Y'all know I always say you have to write everything down. It really makes a difference. Like, you can't just have a whole bunch of thoughts floating around in your mind, because one, you'll forget, and two, it'll become very overwhelming. It's like having a whole bunch of tabs open in your brain. Get all this stuff down on paper. You will thank me later, trust me. Another way to make sure that you accomplish all of your 2024 goals is to be intentional with everything that you do. Now that you have decided what you want out of life, what you want out of this year, who you want to be, what you want to have, how you want to live, you have to say no to everything that does not align with that. If you want to have a certain type of romantic life, romantic relationship, you need to say no to everybody who comes your way who does not allow you to have that type of relationship. Like I said, you gotta be real detailed with what you want. If you want a certain type of man, be detailed about that in that description. That way, when someone who is the complete opposite comes your way, you know to be like, I'm sorry, I'm not interested, and go about your business. Once you decide that you want something, you have to stand on that, because the moment you start accepting less is the moment that you settle for something other than what you aimed for. If you want to make a certain amount of money in 2024, don't accept a job offer that is tens of thousands of dollars less than what you said you wanted. If you're on your way to having your dream body, you don't want to be eating a whole bunch of stuff that does not contribute to that body. Like I said, I want to be debt free, so I'm not out here spending all of my money on crazy stuff. I'm not doing a whole bunch of impulse buying anymore, because I have bigger goals. I have things that I want to accomplish. I have better things to do with my money at this point. Be serious about what you want. I feel like this is like one of the biggest pieces of advice that I can offer you. You have to be serious about whatever it is that you want. Y'all have been asking me to do a video on how I grew my channel so fast, but really there's no special formula, honestly. Like, I don't really have anything groundbreaking to tell you. I was very serious about what I wanted. Like I said, I had that 100,000 subscriber plaque on my vision board, which is actually my lock screen on my phone. I've been doing that for the last few years. I always make my vision board my lock screen, and I do not change it for the whole year. I was looking at that every single day. I was showing up when I didn't feel like it. I was making videos when I didn't feel like it. Yes, I took a few breaks, but that was just because I was burnt out, okay? I wasn't choosing like fun over making my videos. I mean, this is fun to me, but y'all get what I mean. I was serious about my goals. Ever since I started my channel, I've been serious. I've been carrying it as if I had 40 something thousand subscribers the whole time. If Friday was my day to film and my friends wanted me to go out, I would tell them I can't go out because I don't have any other day to film, and I got to get this video up on Monday. And I know some people were probably thinking to themselves like, girl, you got 500 subscribers. It is not that serious. You're not even making money yet. I know people were probably thinking that, but I had to carry it a certain way in order for me to finally get to the point where I was making money off of my channel. Literally every day counts. You have to show up every day as the person that you want to be. I'm telling you, if you do these things, your life will change. I am in a totally different place than I was this time last year, because I was serious about my goals and I was serious about creating the life that I want to have. I'm not 100% there yet, but like I said, I'm in a totally different place than I was last year. I bought my son so much stuff for Christmas. Last year, I could barely buy my son anything for Christmas. Like, I got him a couple toys, but I couldn't get him that much. And thankfully, he didn't even know what was going on. So I vowed to myself that by the time he was old enough to really be able to be excited about getting gifts, I was going to be able to get him a good amount of gifts. And I did just that because I was serious about what I said I wanted to do. So as always, I hope this video helps someone. I hope you feel motivated to get all of your goals accomplished in 2024. This is going to be a great year for all of us. I believe it for you. I believe it for me. I believe it for us. Whenever y'all comment down below and tell me what y'all trying to accomplish, I always say I'm claiming it for for you because I want all of us to win. I want all of us to really break generational curses and do things that nobody in our family has ever done. I want us to do things that nobody in our friend circle has ever done. I just want us all to be better in every aspect of our lives. So I hope you're ready to do the work in 2024. I hope this is a prosperous year for everyone, and make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, of course, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.
I'm just hoping I don't beat history.